Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I am back again, looking at Noivy Revergrad. And we have built a few more roads. I know it doesn't look like much, but believe it or not, it's like we spent 3 hours in the live stream. So for anybody who's interested, I called that episode 79 and a half. And like I had mentioned, maybe you didn't hear this in other episodes or whenever I announced it, but more or less do some of the work since it was a Sunday and I knew I would have some time and the timing of it would work out. Some things that I might have done off camera. We really didn't plan too much. The railroads are still not connected, but we got a good amount built down in here. So you can see this is coming right along. And, it doesn't seem like much again, but it's taking a while to get this bridge and these roads done. So once we get more roads done in here, we'll start being able to build some buildings in here. We got our firehouse with a little bus stop. Not sure how well we're going to keep people in there, but each time I've looked, we've had a few firefighters, so that's a good thing, I guess. And other than that, yeah, we're making some progress on those fronts, and really didn't do much of anything here yet. Again, because I didn't want to design things. Plus, people have been busy. We finally, happy days, have gotten through the 2 tunnels here. So we're proceeding up to the point, I don't know, are we working on the bridges? Yeah, it's assigned. So hopefully, been having problems with not so much this, we're definitely having overflow problems at times. So these guys should be able to work. I don't see any error messages. Yeah, somebody's taking bricks from somewhere. So that's good. Now why we don't have more bricks, I don't know. Oh, because see this gravel is way up there. So yeah, these things overflowing is definitely an issue. This one, if you look in the depot here, you'll see 2 trucks with a bunch of stuff on them. And part of the reason for that stuff is that this one was just all jammed up. So I seem to have gotten that one where it's unjammed and they're working again. I'm just not sure why. It's either, I don't think it's because they're building these bridges. I think it's because they're taking out more stuff than they need when they build the electrical tracks after they build, like the tracks are already built, but then they build electrical tracks, right? So I'm thinking that that's the biggest part of the problem. I'm not 100% certain, but in any event, hopefully that's the last time we replace a bunch of tracks and have that problem, maybe. I don't really know. Other than that, I was just trying to keep people busy for 3 hours, and by people I mean like this. Believe it or not, for all the construction we've worked on at Tupafaloo, didn't really have anything to do because we're waiting for roads. And I do want to build these things in a little bit of an order. So we did plop down a firehouse. So I want to get working on that right away, just so that, oh, it doesn't connect. Are you still? Yeah, see the other thing is, these roads end up taking a lot longer when they're the fancy roads with walkways. So that's part of the issue here. So see, a lot of these are still being built. So in any event, yeah, so I want to sign this one. This guy has quite a few. See, look at this. All these are 85% complete. They're all waiting for electrical components, which I need to get down there kind of ASAP. But let's give this guy this thing to do so that at least some of his trucks are rolling. We are running out of electronic components, and if you go back and trace the reasons, like no chemicals. So I kind of diverted some of the effort during the live stream, and now I want to go and fire this up while you guys are here. Hopefully we can not pay attention to things too much. This will, if you haven't figured out, or if I didn't say it, I forget if I said it, this will be mostly like a construction episode. Because of the way this is laid out, I had to build this with dollars because I can't get a road in there because the road, there's no road comes off of this engine the other way. So I do want to check. Do we have power? Building is without power supply. All right, this is that. Okay, well, maybe we won't be firing that up with you guys right now. Yep, no power supply. So let's go find our closest. Yeah, you know what? I would have thought you'd be close enough, buddy. But no. Alright, so where do we want to put a power supply? Well, since the chances are we're going to build more over this way, right? I don't know exactly how that'll lay out. Why don't I just plop one up right here? Now, we didn't really leave ourselves switches to anything. And is this thing... Yeah, that's pretty well full, isn't it? How are we doing? Well, using 1 point... Not all that much power. But we did get this other chemical plant going and figured out that we really need trucks sitting there constantly more or less picking up the chemicals. I tried to put like one truck shared between the two and they just sat there anyhow. So anyway, some of this, if you need to go watch the live stream, it's, you know, kind of a long episode. You'd need quite a bit of time to watch the whole thing, of course, but 3.5 hours, 3 hours. All right, so we need to get power up here without making a big to-do about it. I'm thinking, yeah, why don't I put a switch over here, right? Let's pause time for a minute, and we'll just plop in a switch and just use the, you know, I don't think I'm going to go through building it and shutting all this stuff down. There we go. So we'll put in a medium voltage switch. Probably... keep it off of there. Yeah, this doesn't need to be a finished road. I mean, it needs to be a road, but not a... Yeah, we're just gonna... We won't build the whole line. Really, you made it before, but you won't now. Well, you know what? Maybe I can do... So this is going to be a bit of a problem. I might have to change the angle. Yeah, you won't... Why won't you build your... Oh, because I'm on the cancel tool. Well, that would help a little bit. Yeah, see, I don't know... Yeah, no, I need to... That didn't work. Yeah, so now let's cancel this. Real carefully use the bulldozer tool. Alright, now I need to get... You know what? I know what I can do. No, maybe I can't. No. Plus, if this ever catches on fire, I couldn't have a road there. No, it's too close to the darn water. Can I level it out a little bit? And it'll... You need a bulldozer. Okay. Alright. Now, if we building level, I think we need an excavator, which I may have. So let's see. But building leveling is not going to work that well either. This is a little tiny brick house. Yeah, so it's not going to level. Well, how unlevel is it? It's getting to be harder than it should be. I know what I can do. Let's just give up on trying to be too fancy with it and pull this guy back, right, like that. And then I should be able to come out of here. Yes. And then this can go to there. And then I didn't really want this going this way, but it can go straight on up the road, right? Let's go a little bit further. Yeah, and I don't want to really, well, for now I'm just going to put it, you know, like up in this neighborhood, since it will, but it might get in the way of other things and I might have to tear it down, right? So let's come here. Yeah, I'm just going to plop you the easy way, like right there. All right. All right, so now let's commit to all of this. And then this, once again, doesn't need to be, this can just be a dirt road. And then just so we don't lose our power for too long, we'll have the magic gremlins come in and we don't have too much else to spend our dollars on. Yeah, and that one we're going to build for real. This one we're going to build with some dollars. And we'll reconnect this with our dollars. And then we'll, before we start it up, this has been the guys that have been building, yeah, these are the ones with the crane, so we're going to tell them to build. It doesn't connect. See, I don't understand. All right, let's read. The only thing I've learned to do is redo it. You can hit the every other one and it deletes it. There we go. So now let's just see. Can we come from here? Might be able to go straight there. No, don't go there. Yeah, look at that. Alright, commit to it. Now let's go get our building guys again. And now it's connected. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll take it. Good. So now, yeah, we didn't totally cheat. We just sort of semi-cheated. So eventually we'll have power up here. What we do need to get... Yeah, see, I'm just going to plop a dirt road in. We'll see. I don't... You know, I assume we're going to make more chemicals one day. So we'll assign this guy again. And we might, like I said, I know I just sort of plopped this in, but who knows? I don't feel like designing an entire another chemical plant when I don't even know that. Yeah, I don't even know that that would be in the way or not, and it might be good to stay over this way a little bit, leave a little extra room in the middle. You know, we have our conveyor system kind of planned to be able to come further over this way, and these pipes, you know, there's a pipe that comes out this way, so we could run theoretically pipes over to here, which would be the two biggest things we need besides what we're trucking in. So what we can do, okay, let's play time again. We can do that. And this guy is delivering wood, and I just have him, I just have him running back to the storage yard each time. So if I come here, and you come here, right, and then you have to click this again, tell him to drop off stuff here, right? And then I want you to load wood. Why not? There you go. Good. So he's got wood going, and then there should be, yep, a corn truck here. So let's get him while we're at it. Same idea. Like I have him just coming over to the corn thing, and then coming back to here. Oops, no. So you gotta do this and then that. There we go. So load yourself up some corn. Then come here and unload some corn, please. Now I'm not sure if we'll need more trucks. Certainly might need more than this little tiny guy can handle. But he's, I don't know, he's cute and he seems to be doing the trick for now, right? Or does he? Yeah, I mean, he's, you know, keeping up with it. But we do have these two going, so I'm hoping that chemicals kind of catch up, but like, you know, it's just not a fast process here. And it's kind of grinding some things to a halt. So we'll see. Pretty shortly our electrical work will be done, right? Yeah, are we building it yet? No workers or mechanism, but hopefully they're going to work on it. Now, what are you guys up to? You guys are up to nothing. And they are more of a paving crew, so they've got all the roads down here paved, so I've been sending them over to here to get some roads paved. So let's get them working on this one and this one. There's just a lot of little roads over here. Yeah, I think they did the connections between these buildings. Should have had them working on roads so I could keep my construction guys more busy. But that'll get these two done where they can, and a construction guy can come over here now. So let's see, can we, What are you doing? Nothing. So you are the construction guy I was just referring to, and that'll take them a while to do the food processing, right? Now, you're not done this road quite yet. You just need a little tiny bit of asphalt. And that has been this guy. Let's make sure he doesn't have any error messages. Nope. Thank you. All right, you're not jammed up, right? No steel. See what I mean? There's something going on with this construction. You know, like he's building the rail out there. That's good, but it's I don't know if it's when they're coming back, they're dumping stuff in there. Like, why would I have so many prefab panels in there? You know, like, and stupid bricks. So can we? Yeah, I'm getting tired of straightening this out. This has been how many episodes now? So let's just see. Can we switch this guy to load? At least get some of the bricks out of here. And is the bricks full? Yeah, the bricks is full and people are waiting. What I really need is a place to take some bricks and some prefab panels. Right? Can we drop some off here? Yes. Yes. Alright, so I want you to come down here. Did I get that right? Yep. And I want you to unload. Well, you can unload anything. And then when you get back here for now, I'll get you to unload. Wait to be unloaded. And hopefully we'll catch him and remember this. So we're going to put this guy like right up here, right? Now how is our prefab panels? Well, we can, you know what, we can, I think we could dump some prefab panels in here just to get them out of some of these other trucks. Yeah, this is truly getting frustrating. And I'm not sure it's, you know, like I said, I think it's the fact that they're doing that electrical stuff. Now, is this running? No, not really. All right, so now we got the bricks guy heading wherever he's heading. You know what, I'm going to leave this open for a second so we can zoom back down there. And let's take these two guys and let's zoom back down there and say I want both of you to come into here and unload anything. Because this, I have this, I noticed it was... Yeah, you know, I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to say start, but then go to this one first. Yeah, and then we need to keep an eye on this guy just to get him emptied. I just pulled him out before. So then this guy has boards. Now, do we have room for... No, we don't have any room for boards in here. He's got like 0.09 boards. You know what? I'm going to add... Let's get rid of this stop. I'm going to add this stop for a second. And then we're going to zip back over to here. Yeah, look, we could put some boards in here first. That's what I was wondering. So let's go and add this and tell him... Unload those stupid boards that you have. Oops, I unchecked it. And then come to here and unload the prefab panels that you have. Right? And then, yeah, so you can start. Go to this one. And then let's not have them load anything else up yet. All right, so he has two, these guys have 2 unload courses. So I got to remember not to close them until we send them back to the depot. And I don't think do we have a prefab? Yeah, we have all 4 of the guys sitting here waiting. And the problem now is we just still have too much stuff in there. So what are you doing? So you... Yeah, you need to load. Was I too quick? Yeah, hopefully that's enough taken out of here. There you go. So you're going to go down to Kameen storage and drop off your bricks and then come back, and then hopefully we'll catch you. Yeah. You know what? We really... Let's take him off of here, because if this doesn't straighten itself out by the time he comes back... And see, this is just... How long have I been dealing with this? You know, like, it's a real pain in the butt to get it straightened out. And like I said, I just really hope that they... You know, that they get it fixed. That's all. Because I don't think it's anything that I'm possibly doing wrong. You know, which is kind of the most frustrating part. So now so you're practically full of prefab panels. I need to get some bricks out of there is what I need. Right? Yeah, now you are unloading, right? Yep, you're just not able to. Okay, well, we'll come back to this after we check on some other things. I was hoping to, keep working on this. I got a couple comments. One of the comments was saying that you don't need 2 or 3 tracks. And to some degree, that's correct, other than I don't know how well this will work period. Like, I'm not really sure about how many trains we're going to have. And I kind of treated each of these different. And then the biggest thing is to keep in mind, I wanted to make sure that we left flexibility between these conveyors, right? So I don't intend to build all these. And when I was in here looking, you can see this isn't even really hooked up right at this point, right? So this is far from done even being designed. And we need to spend a little more time. Like I would say, how do we want to hook this up? See what I mean? Like, really probably want to bring this in. And so do we even build, like, this track is I probably need to take care of that and bring it back over into here so that it attaches with this. So let's do that now. So some of these, I absolutely agree. Is it overcomplicated? Well, yeah, until you need them, right? And then why not lay out so you could have this kind of flexibility? Now, the other thing here is, I don't know how many trains we're going to have on the circuit. And if things stop being used, like let's say in order to get production going to like 100%, you need 5 trains. Well, then that means I need 5 places for trains to park up here, right? So that means like I would need a staging in here. What if we need 6 trains? Well, now all of a sudden, if we were to build these 2, we could stage trains. And the fact that everything is one way will allow for that, right? Now, if we don't build it and we just sort of have a one in, one out kind of thing, same thing here. Like, well, this is more for dropping off or for steel, but, for staging the trains. Like, you need a place somewhere on your network that the trains can sit and wait if they're full or even if they're empty, right? Like, otherwise the whole thing can end up getting jammed up. And until they give us waypoints, the more I can separate out the tracks, the better. Because you can't really control which way a train goes. It's on its own mission from God, and you just have to hope that it picks the way that you want it to go, or you have to force it a certain direction, like where it just can't go the other way. So we'll see. So again, so as far as this being complicated, yeah, we're not building all of this. Certainly not to start, but even if we don't build all of it, we now have the flexibility, right? We can get past these conveyors. And that was my biggest concern with that. And other than that, like this, yeah, this is kind of the same. But, I could make these one track, but my experience is if you don't have a waiting place, like if we need to put 2 trains coming into here, and you don't have a good waiting place, this doesn't hurt. And again, nothing's built yet. So this is, the roads aren't in. This is not fully designed. And then I think the other comment was something about you don't need, I think Pietro was referring to up here, that you don't need, if you put this between 2, you don't need to then have this, but then the problem is like where these guys put out becomes more complicated, right? And so I'm not sure exactly if he's suggesting that I should build 4 of these uh, large storages. Then the problem is I was trying to keep it all compact, right? And if we did build that, like, okay, so I'm not building the extra conveyor engines, right? Like here and here. But then I'm building like 2 of these, and then I would still need another conveyor engine to divide into the 2. Like this would have to divide to 2 different things, and I'm not sure how well it would work from up there. Maybe it would, but I don't know. Like, so yeah, it might be a little bit more complicated, but it's probably a little more compact potentially than if I had to put in 2. I don't know. You could lay it out different. I like it though. It's sort of, I want to see how it works, and if it's complicated, I guess that's fine. I like complicated things, as I said in my comment back. Sometimes they're cool to watch, like a Rube Goldberg machine, right? Sometimes you just build complicated because it's fun to do, and you can. So there you go. So yeah, I was hoping to work on this a little bit more. So let's get a look over here at how we're doing. Good, we're dropping off some bricks, I see. But I definitely need to get this guy going. Okay, oh, we're done this road. So let's get back over to this guy. And he can build the last section of this overpass. And that's great because then we can start getting into there. It shouldn't take them too long. It's just a shorter section. These guys are happily building over here, I see. How is our chemistry or chemicals? Where is our chemicals? They don't have power yet. We did assign this, right? Yes. So these... Oh, there comes our workers, so that'll be done in a minute. Now, do you actually drop off stuff? Yes. So we have everything we need except for gravel. Oh, gravel might be the on-demand kind of thing, like once you're actually working. So now the big question is, can these people... too distant. Alright, so let's see about getting a footpath to cut down on the distance a little bit. So where is your... Yeah, these people are like mountain goats, which is kind of a good thing. Can I get... Here, before I build that, can I get under here? Yes. See that? Look, they'll go up. Do you ever see those mountain goats that live in... Where the heck is it? Like Mongolia or whatever, like in the mountains of Mongolia. Like those damn things can fall off like a cliff, like 100 feet in the air, and they just like bounce. It's like the most amazing thing you ever saw, like and there's some special mountain lion up there that's like, they're designed too to like fall off the mountain. So like these 2 guys are going at each other like hundreds of feet in the air on these cliffs, and they're like tackling each other and crap. It's worth watching it. I mean, even if you don't like nature, it's just pretty impressive. Alright, so let's do that, and then let's get our road paving like guys, even though they're working diligently up. Well, you know what? We really don't need that, right? This other guy's got dump trucks and such. Alright, so let's get that and that and that and that worked on. We can't work on this one until these other ones are done. Good, he wasn't doing anything else anyway. Now, how far away are we as I just went and did all that? It doesn't seem like we're too far for them to go. It just seems like if we can straighten their path out, but that may not be true. Yeah, they should be able to walk up there. I don't even know why they're not walking up there now, right? We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get those paths built. Always something in this game. Alright, so what were you working on? Okay, now you guys were working on the roads over there. You've got a bunch of footpaths to prioritize now that we have power. Yes, we do, but no workers. Do we have gravel? Yeah, okay, the gravel came in once the power came up. Good. So we're close to getting more. Now this guy, I think... Okay, he's getting almost finished. Yeah, we need to get chemicals on the make. Very good. And then once we get 3, we need to probably be patient and see how that really starts filling things up. I didn't do a calculation on how many we needed. All right, so how are we doing over here? And this is what we did for, like, I've done this now, or will have done this for about 4 hours, 5 hours today. Just going around and making sure people are building stuff. Quite a task. Okay, you're working on the food factories very, very slowly. Why are you... Because you just need people here, don't you? No, you need stuff. Just why doesn't it seem like your yard is so full? You probably just don't have the right people to really build that building. But that's okay. I'm not in that much of a hurry. We did show during the live stream, like if you take a look at our domestic production and you say this year, let's do last year. We made $68 million or rubles in product. 31,000 of that was made in industry, meaning we used 31,000 of what we produced to produce more product, if that makes sense. But when we spent 20 million in constructions, so you know, we're spending a third of our budget just on constructing new things. And just so you know, if you click on this, you can then say, by the way, steel was 13 million of it. So if you're wondering why we're working so hard to get more steel mills, there's your reason, right? All right, so while that's happening, let's start. I want to think about this a little bit, which is I have coal that I want to bring up here, and then I have iron that, you know, my plan would be that at least the mechanical components would come in here. Now, I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do this, but what I'm thinking of is, you know, the products that we're producing in here need to get out and get into our distribution loop, which will go more or less like all the way around things. So what I'm thinking of is, I don't know that we would bring them back in over here. Like, in other words, I might have a train line that somehow comes around and gets back into these tunnels, right? And then like drops off to this distribution point and then comes back. So I'm not sure if we want a two-way, you know, do we want 2 lines or just 1 line in a sense? Like, it'll all be a big loop, but, you know, do we want 2 lines for the steel and the things coming in and out of here? Like, you know, where we could just, the train doesn't have to go all the way around to get back in, right? It could just be dropping steel off here without, you know, and then basically turn around and come back in this way, which you probably could do anyway, but in any event. So this one's going to come out and go this way, so I'm not too worried about that. But if we ever wanted to bring it back in from the other side, right, we would need some of these spaces. And I was just trying to think about like where anything else might go. Basically came to the conclusion that coal should probably go right in the center-ish, right, where we left some room on either side. You know, at first I think we would plan on going through every other one of these anyway. So do we put it like here or here? I don't know. Or do we just put it right in the middle? Am I overthinking it? Well, let's not put it right where this power line is, so we'll put it right here, right? So if we were to get 2 lines... Yeah, right through this, right? Will you work? Yes, you will. And then, you know, I'm not sure that anything else is going to have to... So one of the fears I have is as these things... Not fears, but I would like to try to make it so that... Yeah, see, that's kind of a... That's a pretty ugly thing that just happened there. Let's go and get our wireframe on, and yeah, that's not much of a leveling job on the computer's part, is it? Let's bring this down a little, and then we'll go a little bit with the up tool here. Yeah, see, that's part of the problem is if you're not a little bit level to start out. Yeah, see, that just wants to bring that way up in the air for some reason. So we'll see. So see, that really causes a problem if we want to bring something through here, right? But the reason I don't want to go too close is because I could see something coming up here and then going this way, right? Picture it coming out. Now, another issue that I have with all of this is that I would like these guys to work on things. Not that they're doing that well anyway, this rail thing here, but there's really nothing that's going to come up this way and turn this way, right? So I don't know that I'm actually going to do that, you know? Yeah, that looks straight enough. And one of the reasons for... the game save messed me up. One of the reasons for doing what I'm doing here as far as that goes, if we ever have to branch a line off, it's good if there's some space in between these two, right? So let's start turning this guy. You know, I don't want to go too close, but we could, you know. Yeah, let's see if I can't. Yeah, he's pointing pretty close to straight at that guy, right? All right, so now that we have... Now that we have that laid out, right? Now, by the way, we could always repurpose the tracks too. Like, you know, it's not like we have to have those doing exactly what they're doing. So now that we have that, how are we going to get somebody to work on these? Because right now, nobody can even get in here. Now, we will have trains coming up this way. And then the other question is... You know, for at least a temporary thing, do I bring... Yeah, like maybe I bring this guy in this way so he can work on... Even though this will just be like a temporary construction track, right? Like we would... You know, bring this out over this way so they can go in and out at their heart's content. And then I would... Yeah, can we get Alpha here? Yeah, good. How about next door? Yep. So let's bring that guy around, right? So this is, you know, this is not permanent. And then what I would do is, you know, I don't know, right here, can we cross? No. I'd really like to make this so that we can get rid of this one-way situation or two-way situation we have. Yeah, why don't you... Crossing not allowed. Well, let's just see what happens. Once they build the tracks, we can think about... Or do we just... Wait, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see. Let's come from like here to here. See what it looks like if we just make that... like straighter, like that. Now can we cross? I don't, you know, I don't understand why it doesn't want to cross sometimes. What if we get rid of those two? Yeah, see, now you like it. You know, I don't know why you wouldn't let me... Right, so that way, once the trains come in here on this temporary track, they can go whatever direction, and we can start fixing this a little bit because it's such a mess with the two-way tracks and all that stuff. There. Now that's part of the problem, and that doesn't really get you into here, does it? But look at that. This would be kind of... Yeah, even if... Are we going to need a signal? You know, I don't... No, it won't really. That's a little bit too close there, isn't it? What I'm trying to do is get from there over to here, right? Yeah, I should have thought of that before I put this all in. Let's get rid of some of this. We don't have to get rid of that. Alright, so you are going to come over. No, why are you crazy people? There you go. And you are going to try to follow your neighbor if you can. Right, so now this guy could work on either place. Since he's got good supplies up here, that may prove very handy. Now, can we crisscross here, please? No, you're just not going to like that unless I bust you up a little bit. Alright, so now will you crisscross like a tight one? Yes. Yeah, I don't think I'm too close to either. Yep, right there. Yep. Good. Right, so now we could signal this, you know, one way in and out, and then hopefully they can switch and they can go work on up here. They can work on up there. Now, they can't work on this just yet, right? But we could, again, even if it's temporary-ish. Yeah, now will you turn enough to come down that hill? Yes, you will. You too? Yep. Good. Again, this is temporary, enough to let them get in there and work on things. And this is not temporary, but this is the way our coal will come up from here. And then some of this is semi-temporary. We'll rebuild what we need to after everything's built. And then let's go check our... Oh, I just closed that. Yeah, see, I like to hit escape. And I end up closing stuff that I shouldn't close. All right, so let's turn off the wireframe. Now, somebody should be up here doing something stupid by now. Yeah, you're going to get more prefab panels. Where was that truck that I just closed? Well, let's go deal with these two. What are you doing? You were done. Come on back and sit here. Since you're empty. What are you doing? You were just driving around doing nothing as well. So there was one other truck that's driving around, and I have no idea what he's doing just this moment. Yeah, you weren't... Well, were you? Now load, unload, steal. Oh, the bricks guy. Yeah, so you know what? We should be able to find him. I think he's still coming in here, right? I know he's not... That one. There he is. Yeah, so he keeps taking bricks. Yeah, now you should go back onto your normal brick run here. So let's go plus. So load up some bricks. And then unload and wait with the bricks. Very good. All right, hopefully... yeah, I'm just not going to say much because I can't be positive. I'm just going to be quiet. All right, very good. So how are we doing down here? Are we working on these bridges without incident? Barely. Yeah, these guys are just coming from a long distance to work on this. It's getting like extreme. Oh, and we have a brick problem. Bricks in, so we're just ground to a halt for the same reason. Now, by the way, this is when he's working on these bridges, right? So, I mean, yeah, this guy's working on electrical tracks, but we're not having problems with the prefab panels. All right, so why don't you load bricks? Hopefully that gives us enough room to get some steel in there. And then the good news is I can have you unload here, right? Like we just sort of reversed them because are we full here? No. What are you doing? You're taking bricks out of here. Okay, yeah, the little brick relay. All right, so we'll keep an eye on all of this, but look, we got a little bit of of steel anyway. We don't have any electrical components either. Yeah, and I don't want this guy running for too long in the wrong direction. So I'll try not to hit escape and delete him. And Camine Construction Office. Alright, so now, how are we doing over here? You look like you're busy. Yeah, food factories, unfinished road. Are we up in production here yet? What did we have to do? Get people. Okay, so you, let's leave you open for a half second. We can close this. Yep, you need to get this one little footpath done ASAP, please. And then you're just about done this road over here. Over here. And let's look for some more roads for you. Yeah, you're working on that one, so you can do all 3 of these roads, and that should be all the roads in here. I mean, we're really getting close to done. We're not done because we got a lot of railroad tracks to build. So yeah, that's all the more reason for this guy to be able to head over here. Because if we want to get this finished, we would probably do it with this railroad station that's over here. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we got this footpath. We'll get that done, and then we'll probably call it an episode when we get those chemicals fired up, which was like the first thing I wanted to do. Now, the other thing that we might do is we're going to have like just a series of these kind of keep construction going as best I can. That'll probably be what each of the videos this week is about, in between the 2 Kerbal videos on Tuesday and Thursday. And yeah, now we got trains flowing out of here. Good, but we don't have any bricks. Why don't we have any bricks? Did we have the bricks truck doing the unload thing the wrong way? I thought I'd just straighten that out. That's an open haul. I don't want that. Oh, come on. Boards. Steel. Yeah, I mean, he's just not, where is he at? Is he being blocked? Yeah, he's just being blocked. Okay, so it's, like I said, this is not the best situation down here in this corner of the rail world. But since it's only construction, I'm kind of willing to put up with it. Lord knows it's been 4 months worth of construction though, right? So we'll see. But anyway, we don't have any roads over here. And then we probably want to, since we were working on rails, let's just think about, I think I want to bring this track and get rid of this. Right? So I'm going to go from like here. No, I just completely missed. I hope I didn't delete anything. Right, and we'll just delete this guy. Well, we'll leave him underneath of that conveyor. Right, so I'm going to take this guy off of here. Right, and then this guy come out a little bit straighter. Nah, I wanted it to look nicer than that. Yeah, that's just how you want to do it, isn't it? You do this way looking nicer? No, that's all right. So see, now this whole track is just sort of extra at this point, right? And we might just get rid of it. And then this one is kind of the same way. But if we ever run into problems, you know, we have that space. We know we can get more tracks in here. You know, it's not even really connected. Now this one is another one that I was looking at. And I really don't, like, you know, all of these are going to be in tracks. So let's just for now assume that each train, like each one of these is only going to need one track to each of these stations, right? So if we, just for the sake of knowing what we're doing, let's just delete this one. Why are you? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, I guess. Yeah, too much going on there. All right, can we put another track in there, or is it too short? No, there you go. All right, let's commit. So in other words, yeah, you know what? No, we're not even going to do that because we can get rid of all of that. All the way back to here. Now we got too much of a mess here, right? So in other words, I'm going to get rid of this back to here as well. Alright, let's put this one, let's get rid of this just so it's not 17 separate little track nodes. And then we'll see, let's... Right, and then this guy can reattach, and this guy come down a little bit further and reattach. There we go. So like, this is for a bypass, right? So that they can go by, because remember, I'm planning on sending more coal up to here one day if we have excess. And then if we don't, then that's just a waste. But at this point, you know, I don't think I would necessarily build that immediately. But again, so we're not going to build this one and this one, right? So we're going to just have one into here, one into here. It's just, if it's bothering someone that these are here and I'm not going to build them, that's okay. They won't hurt anything, trust me, unless I start actually laying steel. So there you go. So then we'll have this, and then we'll have a back out track here. We'll have this. Actually, this is the way back out, right? So not that it really matters. But like we'll have, just to keep the right hand rule, so the train's going to come in on the right hand side here. It's going to go here. And then the other thing I think we want is, I remembered I thought about this. This is the feed for this one where we can have a train sitting, you know, like I picture trains being able to sit here and wait. So what I'm going to do is put a little crossover right there, right? So that way a train can get in here and sit and wait. I don't know how necessary that is, but one of the things I don't like is that it seems to always prioritize certain trains or trucks. Like, I want these trains to be able to go in there one at a time and get filled up and then go to their destination, whatever that is. I don't want it to decide every time the A train comes, it sits there and fills the A train up, but then the B and C train like hardly ever leave. Like, I wish you could, it would at least load them evenly, but it doesn't. It like prioritizes loading one over the other, and it seems to always load the same one most of the time. So we'll see. Well, let's commit to all of these. Yeah, I think that was the biggest. Now the only other thing, we're getting long in the tooth for the episode, but the only other thing I think I would do, and this might be semi-temporary, is let's get rid of this road. We'll do it the safe way since we have power lines in the area. And then the other problem we have is that we're pretty steep. So let's just come here with our road. Good. We can knock all that down nice and easy with the uber powerful road leveling. Just might as well take that whole hill off as best we can, right? Can we do a little regular leveling just to make it look slightly nicer? Yes. How about some smoothing? Smoothing action. And then again, semi-temporary. Might need to get rid of that road in a second, because I'm not sure exactly how we would do it. But we need to get these attached too sometime soon. Since we can call this one area done, let's come over here and just, you know, these guys will need to come over here, so I don't think this is, oh yeah, you know, all right, I guess we're going to have to, might as well miss those power lines. Oh, stop that. All right. Yeah, we need to get across here. Is that road right smack where I would want to? It's kind of good to know road is really like right in the exact wrong spot. So let's go over to road destruction. And we'll deal with that second. Keep clicking the wrong thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to make this kind of squarish, even though we went and missed that. So let's bring this guy out a little bit further. Just because I can picture a day that we might use it. This is going to be part of the passenger line once we do this. And I want to bring this guy up to about 3.5 away, something like that. A little bit closer. Yeah, this will be the tighter turn. Yep, looks pretty nice. All right, so now if nothing else, at least we'll be able to work on the construction. And then again, this is going to be our passenger lines. So we'll, you know, at some point here, I want to think about this again a little bit more. But as we get these houses built in another episode, we'll talk about building, you know, whatever railroad track in and out of here so that we can get people over to here. Now, I don't know exactly where we're going to get people from, right? Like if these people are going to be going to the bakery, you know, we'll have to start doing a head count kind of thing. And then, you know, there's going to be a large number of people just working in Nueve Revergrad. So, you know, we might end up actually, yeah, we'll just have to see where we get these people from to work on the steel mills. But that's getting a little too complicated with about 4 minutes to the hour mark. So let's turn this off. And let's take one last look at how we're doing. Are we constructing things, please? Now we're full of, well, I think we had extra panels, but at least we have some steel. And we only have one construction project on the go. And let's see, can I give you another construction project? Okay, that is the one you're working on right there. So okay, you're just coming back from that. So let's give you, yeah, I really want to get this portion of this done to call it done. Yeah, this is all done. Yeah, I'm just going to give one. Now, you know what? This guy could work on this one maybe. Yeah, see, you know what? We're just going to do one. Just keep it simple. We don't need to get it all built in a day. Like I said, if we ramp up our construction speed much, we're just going to run out of steel anyhow. So it's not like there's some huge benefit to constructing things that much faster than we are. So you're not done that. Hey, look, we got one more of these buildings to go. How are we doing with our little footpath? Let's see, can we get the chemistry fired up? If we can't, I'm going to pause it. Where the heck is the chemistry? Now, can we assign this guy? He's my... Yes, exactly. So there we go. So when we get some more people over here, let's click on this. Camine Construction Office. Yeah, so this is in the reverse order, right? Yeah, the construction office needs bricks. Unload bricks and wait. And then come over here and load bricks and wait. Yeah. So hopefully that gets us bricks back over here. What a mess. All right, so we can close that for the end of the episode. Where is our people bus? Yep, there we go. So in a minute, we should see some people come up here. You know what? While we're waiting for that happy event, let's just hop over here real quick. This is, the plastics is one place, yeah, hardly any chemicals. Now how about our electrical components? We don't have any in there. No chemicals. No chemicals. So what has our train been doing? Is it still not filled up? I mean, I know it's... Yeah, no, it's not filled up, but it's getting that much closer, so... Yeah, it just may take a while with 3 times the production to really get going. Right, are we producing? Yes, we are. So now what I need to do is go get another covered haul. Yeah, why does that look so much different? Alright, well anyway, we're going to use this guy. There we go. And then I want you to come from here and load chemicals and bring them down to here. And you might as well wait. Let's chemicals. Oh. Start. Did I tell you to wait? Yep. Good. So good. So now we should at least have 3 times the chemicals, and I'm sure not everything would be going 100% right. But look, we finally got that train to move. And another issue we're going to have is if we run out of wood, or we shouldn't certainly run out of crops. We're making lots of crops. How are we doing over here with Mr. Wood? You're loaded with some lumber. And you have hardly any wood. Yeah, see, some of this is not the world's greatest setup over here. Yeah, see, we're all jammed up because, once again, if you don't have enough parking spaces, I think it might be worth... Yeah, that's a loud noise. Yeah, maybe we'll fix it. We're over an hour. Let's just see if I come to here. Yeah, I think it may be worth putting in, you know, a construction or a road depot here. Just because, and probably even think about one, even if it has to go back here. Because there's just not enough parking spaces for the trucks coming in and out. Alright, well, we're going to worry about that in another episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Oop, jeez. And, you know, we got a little more done. This is just going to be the nature of it. I will probably, you know, have some sort of goal for us finishing things, you know, so I will do some work off camera during the week. And, you know, that'll just let us get some of this done, because otherwise it's going to be like 47 episodes before we do it. And if it works out for next weekend to do another little live stream like that, let me know what you guys think of it. I know they're generally positively received by the couple guys that were there today, but, you know, if you have issues with that, let me know. I mean, the alternative is really, you know, like I said, 47 more issues, or I just do things off camera. So, you know, I can't imagine the live stream should offend anybody too much. Gives the people that want to see the construction a chance to see at least some of it. And then, and we'll work on this in the next couple episodes. We'll get some roads in here. We'll work on this. It won't be like full planning episodes, but we'll just sort of, you know, you can see we're getting some roads in here, and that's actually a bigger step. Oh, look, let's do the one last thing. I always do this, don't I? Say goodbye, and then, yeah, I wanted to get this firehouse going. There you go. Okay. All right, and you know what? We should get the bus stop for the firehouse going too, so we can send a few firemen over there each day. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for all your comments and the likes and whatnot. I definitely do appreciate it. So let me know what you think, and we will see you on... This is Monday's episode, so the next episode will be on Wednesday. And we're going to do some more Kerbal Space Program tomorrow. All right, unless you're watching this in the future, and then just watch the next episode. All right, see you guys. Take care.